On today's show, we're going to take a look at the new 2024 Jeep Wrangler. They're building prices up on the website, and I've been waiting for this for quite a while because you guys know I love to do a build and price on these things, and I'm going to look at my dream version of a Jeep Wrangler. That's right. Now, we have a Jeep Gladiator, and it's soon to go bye-bye, and I might want to replace it with a Wrangler, so you might be interested in what I build, and you might go, hey, Dave, you're just crazy. Why did you do that? Be sure to leave me a comment below, but if you're new to my channel, my name is David Boyd. I'm an auto journalist here, and I love all things off-road, especially we've owned Jeep products. We've got a Bronco right now. We just love to try anything off-road that seems worthy. Of course, with the Jeep brand, you know it is worthy. So let's jump into their build and price in this. And you can see right here, the all-new 2024 Jeep Wrangler is up. Now, we've seen this thing for quite a while. You could order one from a dealership, and a dealer could give you a price. But as far as the general public, we've had no clue what these things are going to cost us unless you're on some forum. And I was kind of curious about this. So let's bring this up here. You know the drill. I'm building my dream version of this thing. And like I said earlier, if you have any questions or comments, why did you do this? Let me know in the comments below. But we want to go down here to build and price. So we will build our Jeep Wrangler. Now you've got options here. So 23 is still open. So we want to click 24. We want to look, be sure to look when you're doing this, be sure to click buy unless you plan on leasing one of these things. Be sure to click that little button to which you're going to do. And we're going to go through the lineup a little bit. And we got a Sport. So the Sport looks like 4 doors are all clicked. So Sport is starting out at $35,895. Sport S, $39,990. A Willys, which I think is probably the best value that they offer, is $43,990. The Rubicon is $49,990. They love that 90. They like the 90s there. The Sahara is $48,420. So if you're looking for something plush, the new Rubicon X is $59,490, and the Rubicon 392 with that big V8 is $88,000. And the price keeps going up on that, and they're still hard to get. So if you ever have a dream, you want that dream version of the Rubicon package with the V8, you can order it. It's going to take a minute to get it, but you can get it. Now for me, the Rubicon package is always kind of where I start out because I think that's obviously you get front rear lockers. There's a lot that you're getting with the Jeep brand that, you know, the Willys trim. Now they have added a locker to the rear of this thing now, and so they've seen what Ford is doing with the Bronco, and they're like, okay, we will adjust. We own this market. We will adjust if that's what people want, and so they're starting to do a rear locker in that. But I'm going to the Rubicon because I want all the suede disconnects and everything like that. That's just for me. If I'm going to buy my off-road package, I want as many off-road goodies as possible because I will actually put those to use. So as we see right here, we've got our basic Rubicon off. It's got the cloth top on it, and it's got the standard 33s on it. Now you do have an option. You do finally. They're giving us the option for 35s. So let's look at the colors real quick. And as with all things Jeep, if you ever price Jeep, they charge you for every color but white. There's an upcharge for that. I don't know why they just don't charge for any color. Just make it everything $595 more. I don't think people would ever question it, but you actually do see a lot of white Wranglers around. So maybe that does mean something to people, but this is the black clear coat paint. Next up, we have the granite crystal metallic with clear coat, which I like this color quite a bit. It's that kind of in between dark gray and silver. It's got a nice sheen to it. One of the new colors, the anvil clear coat, which I like this. It's kind of a 60s-ish color. I don't know why they would do that, wink wink, but they did do that. Next up, we got silver, which is a classic color on a Jeep. We've got another kind of a throwback-ish color, which is their Earl clear coat, which is kind of, once again, kind of gives you those 60 vibes. Now, the one we saw earlier was the Hydro Blue Pearl, which is that's a hot color. It is. It's a color. If you want to be seen, you're going to be seen with that one. Speaking of being seen, we've got the Firecracker Red, which is always looks good. This was the launch color for the Gladiator, and I fell in love with this color quite a bit. And while we're going through colors, you happen to notice that the new grill, there is your new grill for that. So they are refreshing this. Of course, we'll get into some of that a little bit, but probably one of my favorite colors that Jeep does. And Jeep is, the cool thing about Jeep brand is they do a lot of fun colors. They don't just stick with the bland colors. And once again, the brand that's kind of copying what Jeep is doing, they've seemed to just love grays. I love the fact that they're doing this high velocity clear coat, and this is year 2 for this. So they've done this for, they're hanging around this color. So it must be selling well for them, which I like that color quite a bit. And then if you kind of want that military-ish looking, you know, to your military looking Jeep, you got the Sarge green with the clear coat. And once again, you have the white. Now, out of all those colors, I'm curious, please leave a comment, which is your favorite color for this year. And I would suggest, if you have your eyes set on this one, don't wait. Jeep is notorious for changing colors midway through. So sometimes they just wipe the slate clean and they're like, hey, you know what? Here's, you know, the new colors. I'm looking at you Tuscadero fans. That Tuscadero pink didn't last very long, but there was a high take rate for it. But for me, out of all the colors, man, it's a tough one because I've seen this. I like this new kind of light blue that they're doing, kind of baby blue. I also like this kind of dark bluish gray that it has to it. It's a nice hue to that thing. I said it before and I'll say it again. I think I might have chose this color last year. I love the high velocity clear coat on this Wrangler. I see one. I drive by a Jeep dealership every day, and they always have one or two of these out there because it's a fun color and it's exciting, and I like bright colors. So Kelly would tell you that. So let's see if we can expand this a little bit. So there is that color all bright. And once again, they've made the grill a little bit smaller. I don't know why they're doing that. I don't know if there's some they're trying to cool the smaller engines, if they're trying to force more air through it with the smaller vents, the way the air is capturing air, or it's just Jeep just going, hey man, we're changing it up. This is a mid-cycle refresh for this, so this will be around for a couple years. But one more thing you've noticed, no more antenna over here. Jeep did away with the antenna and put it in the glass, and I think that's a huge mistake by the brand because Jeeps are notorious for breaking glass. That's right, rocks, because it's such a flat, straight up angle. The little rocks come off the highway and just notoriously will break that. So I'll be curious to see how much that's going to start costing people. But ultimately, right there, you're going to get with the Rubicon package, you're going to get the rock rail there. You're not getting the painted fenders just yet. That is options that we would look at down the road. And you're getting a cloth top, which I kind of like the cloth top. Not bad so far. So next up, we got a few options. We get the doorless off mirror kit by Mopar, which $195, $200 basically on that. That's something you can get on Amazon a lot cheaper. Does it look as cool? Probably not, but guess what? 20 to 50 bucks versus 200 bucks. I'm going with the aftermarket stuff that I'm only going to use a handful of times a year and not worry about it. The Performance Satin Black Grill. Now, can I click this to see more info? No, it doesn't, and the website didn't seem to really change much either. So I'm not going to monkey with that right now. I can see why you might want that whole thing satin black. I like the paint around it, and they could have done the whole thing green, and I probably would have dug that. Next up, we got some graphics. So you got the lower body side graphics kit there. We can click there. You've seen it pop right up. Looks like arches there in Moab. That's kind of cool, but I don't want that. Now we got some wheels on this thing, and of course these are the standard wheels for the Rubicon package, which aren't bad. I kind of like the last generation of these wheels a little bit better, but you have the option to get you got some options for wheels, and that's something the other brand's not doing. You kind of just either you get their Sasquatch package or you don't really get any options. So I like that they're doing this. So we have the 17-inch 17.5 machine painted black. We can go with the 17-inch 8.5 or 8-inch wide, so you get a little bit wider because you're going to want that if you want put some bigger tires on this thing. You're going to probably want to do that. Or you've got these 17-inch by 7.5 machined wheels. But I'm going to click this right here. So it says requires additional selection. I'm going to click it. And I know why, and we'll get to this in just a minute. But as you can see, the tire did definitely change. So we'll get to that in just a minute. But that right here, as you can see, put us in the new 35-inch tire. Now, these are small 35s, but there are BF Goodrich 35-inch tires. There are 315 70/17. So it's a little bit of a narrow 35, but you are getting that taller tire, which a lot of people have been begging Jeep to do this. I do like the fact that they answered the call when the other brand was like, hey, you can get a 35s with us from the factory. And so Jeep said, okay, we'll do that. And then we'll throw in a V8, something you guys aren't going to do. Let's look at the further down the road here. We can get a dual door group. Wow, this is pretty exciting. Now, I know they don't do this on every color. I've seen some builds on these things where they don't do it in every color, and that might be something I would add later down the road. So I'm not worried about that right now, and you can get it with the premium uppers, so you can kind of do that old school look to that. What's next here? We got the hinge gate reinforcement by Mopar. Now that is included when we go into the 35s because the back of this thing, let's see if we can show the back of it a little bit. So when you put a 35-inch tire back here, it's getting heavier, and you don't want these doors to crack anything. You don't want that tailgate cracking, so they reinforce it a little bit. It's blacked out a little bit. I kind of wish you could get those body matching. I don't mind the black like that. It doesn't bother me per se, but I just think it would be kind of cooler if you could get a body matching color, but probably jump the price up as well. So we've got the heavy duty rock slider options that you can get for $975. And I want to click this and just see what happens. All right. So you do see a kick out there now. So that is nice that they're actually doing that now. No more just a plain Jane. So if you want a little bit more protection from trees and rocks to kind of keep your vehicle away from those, that's pretty cool. But for $975, I'm going to bypass that right now. I'd probably go with a different brand. I'm looking at probably like a white knuckle or something with a bigger kick out. And I think aftermarket does a better job on that. So now next up, we've got tops. You can do the dual top group for $24.95. Not interested in that. I have no need for multiple tops. I do, by the way, though, have a need for a hard top. I've got a black 3-piece hard top right there. You got a Sky One power top, which is those are kind of cool, but I don't like the fact that it's like a pain in the butt to take that top completely off. So That wouldn't be interesting to me right now. So let's click this three-piece hardtop right there. As you can see, it's not body matching, so it is the black top, and I have a feeling that's why they're trying to push you into the X. Probably the X gets you into the Rubicon X package. Probably get you that all those packages, and we'll do videos on that down the road. So stay with me on that. Go ahead and rotate this bad boy back right because that's just a pretty looking vehicle right now. The Sunrider hardtop for by Mopar, where you get that little soft top up there, is really cool, and that's not a bad price on it. And something like that, believe it or not, I see them a lot around town. You see people doing that. It's the best of both worlds. So you have that nice hard top. You pop that on in the summer, couple bolts, puts it on there. And if you want to, you're driving down the road to the store, you want to just flop it back. Rainstorm comes, you got it there. You don't have to worry about carrying your panels with you. So that's pretty cool, but something I'm not interested in currently. Now, the interior of this thing is where Jeep really changed it up a little bit. We're getting a nice digital screen in there. They've changed the vents to accommodate the screen, and they've made just some minute changes to this on the interior, but I like that screen quite a bit. Now we're going to get the Uconnect 5 now. I've used their Uconnect 4, and between this and the Ford, I like the Uconnect system a lot better now. But the bummer about their system was with Uconnect 4 in the Jeep, it was pluggable. You had to plug in to use it, and it wasn't wireless. And with 5 now, it is wireless Apple and Android Auto. So that is just for that alone, I love it. And I like the fact that you get in your car, you don't have to worry about all these wires anymore. So that's a big sales point for me. Now you can get the Uconnect 5 with the 12.3-inch touchscreen. Requires additional selection. So as F now you can see it's a smaller screen there. But let's click that and just see what happens. So it's going to add the technology package to this. So let's bypass that for now. Let's go back to the normal screen because I want to see what the technology package adds. So in the back of this thing, you get a cargo tub liner. Not interested in any of this stuff. Windshield tie downs. At no point am I ever. I've had multiple Jeeps. At no point have I ever had the desire to put the window down. You may, which is that's awfully cool if you like running like that, but I just haven't ever had the desire. Floor mats. Jeep does their floor mats. Their rubber floor mats are freaking amazing. So yes, I'm going to click those all day long. They fit better than the other brand that I own, and I just like them. They got a little style to them as well, which is kind of cool. They got some mountain scenes into it, which is really cool. Hardtop headliner, yes. Believe it or not, yes. It's just these little foam pads that you see right there, but will make a big difference in that hardtop. Keeps just the wind noise down a little bit. Now, plastic door guard seals, no, for $125, I've seen these a lot cheaper. Literally bought these things a lot cheaper aftermarket. So I think for that, I'm going to pass right now. Now, here's where we're going to get into some of the fun. So they have a steel bumper winch group. So what you're going to get is the steel front bumper. You're going to get a steel rear bumper, and you're going to get a Warren winch for $34.95. And let's scroll back up here real quick because I want to show you what the current bumper looks like. Getting a plastic bumper right now. So I wanted you to see that because it does make a big difference. And Jeep, I actually like Jeep's bumpers. Now they've added, since they did this winch from the factory, they've had to add these little bump stops out here. I'm sure it's for some crash testing safety thing. It doesn't bother me that bad, but I did like the previous version a little bit better. It's still the same look to it, and I like the fact that the end caps come off. They look great. The other brand, I'm not a big fan of their steel bumper, the way the end caps come off, and it's got that big wing still sticking out there. So I like Jeep's approach to that a little bit better, but we're not going to click that just yet. Convenience group. We're going to get the heated front seats, heated rear steering wheel, and remote start system. I have that on my current Gladiator, and I like that system quite a bit, and it's $1,000. Not a bad price to get that. And with the other brands, you kind of are forced into, you got to go into higher packages to get some of that stuff. Now, the technology package, this is where you really want to pay attention because they've added a bunch of stuff to this. So we're going to get that 12.3-inch touchscreen display, 4G LTE Wi-Fi hotspot with a trial included with that. You're going to get the Alpine Premium audio system, Apple CarPlay, connected travel and traffic services, Jeep Connect connected services with the trial, disassociated touchscreen display, Google Android Auto, getting GPS navigation, HD radio, integrated center stack radio, integrated off-road camera, integrated voice commands, automatic dimming rear view mirror. You're going to get the Sirius with that, and you're going to get the Uconnect 5 with the touchscreen display, all for that for $2,200. Till I get one of these as a press loan, I really don't know. I mean, we can look up there, and they just never give you the full details of this. For the build and price, I think Jeep could do a little bit better of describing what you get with the package before this to what you're getting. But out of all these three, I can tell you there's two that I'm going to pick. I'm going to add their steel bumpers for $34.95. And I want the basically what they used to call their cold weather package, the convenience group package with the heated seats and steering wheel. Because older I get, the less I want my bones to chill. But I'm going to pass on technology group right now for because if you already look, we're already about $4,000 into $4,400 basically into these two packages. And the radio in Jeeps always sound good. The basic radio, I've been very impressed with my Gladiator Willys edition. And so I'm going to bypass that now. I'm going to skimp there, but you may not want to. Tunes may matter to you a little bit more than me. Safety group. Now in most vehicles, I like safety groups, but I'll be honest, in the Jeep, I don't want any of that. The less technology I can have in my Jeep, the better for me. Trails and stuff. I just don't ever, in my mind, I don't want to like have to deal with any issues with that. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. Now, this is the Extreme 35-inch tire package, the Recon package, as they used to call it, if I remember right. So that's going to cost us $39.95, and we're going to get 17-inch wheels, which those are beadlock capable wheels, which is badass. I love they do that. Let's click more info on that. So you can see those wheels just a little bit better. So you can take this beauty ring off there, and I think that wheel looks amazing. I no need for me to go to aftermarket wheels on this because I like the way those looks, and the beauty rings on those, a lot of times you can scratch them up. Either you can have them repainted, powder coated, or you just chuck them, go get you a new set from Jeep. But you're going to get 35-inch tires. You're going to get the 456 rear axle ratio on that. So the lower the ratio, it's going to tell you right there, the better. For crawling, you're going to get 97 miles per hour vehicle max speed calibration. So that's pretty cool. Performance anti-lock 4-wheel disc brakes. Your vehicle weight is 6250 on that. You're getting the 315/70/17 it looks like BF Goodrich tires on that. You're getting the hinge gate reinforcement, which that alone on most, that's $1,000 a lot of times to add to that kind of stuff. Jack spacer by Mopar, which means they're giving you the probably little dinky jack with a spacer because they're bigger tires. Tire relocation kit by Mopar, which is going to push that tire out just a little bit further on there. And you're going to get the extensions for the wheel flares, which is, I'm not a big fan of those, but I don't pay attention enough if they're easily removable. But let's scroll up here real quick, see if their website will cooperate. See these little flares right here? Hopefully they're removable, but that's what that is including with that. So yes, I'm glad I added that package because tires and wheels will run you, I'm telling you, will run you $3,000 alone. So the fact that you're getting the better gearing and stuff, very good. So standard with this thing, we're going to get that 3.6 V6 engine. Now in the Gladiator, I wish they had a little better engine, but in the Wrangler, plenty of power. I want for nothing with that engine, but the little Turbo 4, man, is pretty impressive because the torque rating of this thing is pretty badass. And look, there's no charge for it. There's no extra charge for that. So as you can see here with the V6, you're going to get the Pentastar V6 engine with the stop technology and 8-speed automatic transmission. But let's click this little 2-liter and you're getting a little bit smaller engine. Yes, but you're not losing out at all. And horsepower is pretty rad. And the turbo is, I'm telling you, it's that's my choice for that. Now I'm going automatic transmission, and I like the fact that Jeep still offers a manual transmission because manuals seem to be less and less people are choosing that. So that's badass. And that is going to cost us $2,500 for the automatic. Which is all right. I will say the 8-speed in that works perfect. And I think when you're putting larger tires on it, especially, I think just having multiple gearing like that is very nice. Now it says it's including 410 rear axle ratio on that. And this says we're 456. We're requiring additional selections, but is this a glitch in the matrix here? Because says right here we're getting that, so I don't know why it didn't include that with that. But because we didn't click it. There we go. That might I must have changed something. So we'll go through there. It'd be fine. Let's see, because I'd clicked the tires above, so it must have changed something. But that's all right. So now we know. And there you go. It changed that. So let's see what other options we can get. So we've got a cold air intake by Mopar or the towing harness by Mopar. Not really interested in either one of those right now. Tally up. And it looks like $65,000 for a new Jeep Rubicon. Getting with those 35-inch tires, getting all the fun goodies. Now there's a lot more details that when they did the press release on this that we could go into, but you're getting a lot of cool upgrades to this Jeep, but $65,000. I feel like this last version of this was around 56, 57 with some goodies. Now you weren't getting the 35s and all that, but you're going to pay for technology. And this is what this is a big upgrade for the Jeep, getting that new center stack in there, better audio system in that thing, a better interface in that. The interior colors, You know, we know that costs us a little bit. We're still getting cloth seats. I didn't add leather or anything like that. You know, all we really added was we got some floor mats. Interior design, we went with the headliner, the dampeners on that, the hard top and all that. And packages here, and steel bumper was $34.95. Convenience group was basically $1,000. The tires were going to cost us $39.95, basically $4,000. Powertrain, no upcharge for that, but we did get hit with the $2,500 for the automatic transmission. The 456 gearing was included with that. There you go. In the comments below, $65,000. Did you ever believe that now it's getting to be just a basic Rubicon? You know, they have the X, the upper trim now. Did you ever think that $65,000, if you wanted a front steel bumper, front rear steel bumpers, winch, some lockers and all that, did you ever think it would cost you $65,000? It's nutty, but you got to pay to play, and I will be willing to pay for that price to have the most badass Jeep out there. So in the comments below, let me know what you think about this. So whether it be 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, or this badass Jeep Rubicon, you know I'm going to drive. This has been your All Terrain Nation. I'm merely your host, David Boyd, and we're out. Peace, everybody. Love y'all.